We are back and we are ready. The gamers have been ready. Map order is Ghost River, Side Delta, Post Youth, Crimson Court, and if we get there, Oceanborn. That does feel like we are playing on 5 Terran maps. So maybe that is a reason enough to put a couple channel points on BabyMarine, but Nikich is a really good player. Ready when you are. The first of the couple of Big Brain Bouts, guys, that will be held during the European Spring Regionals. And as long as players are in the Spring Regionals, we will not invite them. So we're giving some love to different players. That obviously means that we get less star players and maybe less players that a lot of casual viewers are very excited over. But it does mean that it's a great time to, you know, still have something to play for. And if you missed out on the Spring Regionals, you still have something to look forward to. And it's also cool to see guys play in their first main event ever. $150 for a single best of 5. That's not something that happens every single week if you are a Starcraft 2 player. Especially not if you're not top 32 of your region. So, nice opportunity for them. Iba is asking me if there is a chance that I can give the Big Brain Bouts another shot. There is, mate, but it will still be the same rules as before. So, I have to propose that to the guys from BASILISK. Because you have to be 16, mate, otherwise they can't pay you. That is unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. Let's go ahead and enjoy our Big Brain Bouts main event, number 56.
Let's get it on.
Round 1. Fight!
Ghost River will be the opening battleground. In the top left side, we are looking at the main base of the young Italian. He's currently teamless, 18 years old. We sometimes call him the Italian pony, because his big brother is the Italian stallion. This is BabyMarine. And in the top right side, a man that we've invited quite a few times over the last 20 weeks or so. For all the right reasons. We don't have that many great up-and-coming Zergs in Europe. I feel like whenever we invite him, he puts on a show. His series against Goblin was a banger of a series. One of the best I think we've ever had in the Big Brain Bouts. And this will be his first main event ever. I really thought he was going to make it into the Spring Regionals. But he had some really tough opponents. I think he lost to BattleB in the upper bracket. I forgot who he lost to in the lower bracket. Maybe it was Gerald or something. Someone proper good though. I think he got a bit unlucky. For Jumi. See? Proper good. Proper good, as I said. In the top right side, Platinum, Heroes, and Nikich. Yeah, I mean, I think that's tough. Especially BattleB in the upper bracket. I think is a really rough draw. Because we saw BattleB today against Clem. And BattleB is just an animal. On top of that, I think being a Zerg right now is not as pleasant as it was for many years. Thank you, Phoenix, for the 42 months. And earlier we had Chaos Inc. with the 12. You guys have been amazing to me today, even if there was Spring Regionals. And I will try to pay you guys back tomorrow with a fun cold stream. What are the matches tomorrow? Have they already announced that? Do we know what's on the agenda for the Europe Regionals tomorrow? So if I do cold streaming, tell me what I can look forward to. Let's see if we can have some fun. And also, if the casters have mentioned who is casting tomorrow, let me know that too. Please tell me that it's Ben. I really want it to be Ben. I have so much fun when I can co-stream Ben. And I can just make fun of him for hours. Spring Regionals in winter? Bro, it's the 12th of April, mate. This is not winter. I don't know what we're talking about. But the 12th of April is absolutely not winter. I feel like last year it was peak summer in April in the Netherlands. This year our summer is off to a slow start. It's an old school spring so far in the Netherlands. A lot of cloudy days, a lot of wind, a lot of rain. But the better days are coming. They're starting to break through. We've had 1 or 2 over the last few. And I think the deeper we go into April, the more sunny days we'll get. Hearthstone will probably play in like either 2 or 3 days. Because Hearthstone is now 2-0. So you can expect Hearthstone not tomorrow, but maybe the day after that. And if not, either Sunday or Tuesday. BabyMarine is going to open things up, guys, with a factory attached to a reactor. And he's going to crank out a couple of cyclones. So an opening that Clem was pretty fond of in the previous patch. I haven't really seen it a lot in this patch. Goblin vs Gabe tomorrow and Euthermal vs Drogo. That is very fun. Jumi gave me the entire lineup. Goblin, Gabe, Milky Cow versus Mana. Actually, I'm looking forward to that one too. DNS versus Strange. Wayne versus Forjumi. Going for Aristori. That's a tough one for Aristori. Thermal Drogo, Rodzin, Night Phoenix. A lot of fun games. So it's a mixture, right? Between guys that are 1-0 and 0-1. That's gonna be fun. Don't think that BabyMarine can really do a whole lot here. I am overall not in love with this Cyclone, by the way, guys. And don't get me wrong, I hated the Cyclone of the previous patch. Wow, okay, I did not expect that. Nikich is hitting us with the 2-base Roach Queen Nidus. BabyMarine is splitting off a Reaper. If he can get a Scout on the Nidus, that'd be massive. And he's so close, he's so close. Did he see? He must have seen, right? He did not see. But maybe he knows? Because it's 2-base, it's Queens, it's Roaches. Does he know? Based on his movement, I'm gonna say he does not know. Uh-oh. We went from absolutely all out. Does he see this? He still doesn't see it. I mean, Stim is like 85% done. And I don't really believe in Nidus all-ins against somebody with Stim. Do we have an Overlord on the left side? No. Now, BabyMarine is about to get the heads up that there is a Nidus. It's probably going to be like, what? Nidus? Yep. Roaches, Queens, and Nidus. But Roaches do not have speed, do not have missile attacks. Marines have Stim. BabyMarine is going to call down for Depot. Does not want to be supply block. He's waiting for a tank, but his army is so powerful. He's going to go ahead and Stim forward. He's going to battle a bunch of these Roaches immediately. And Nikich is probably wondering, why on earth did I go for this build? This seems to suck. And BabyMarine is like, thank you for going for this build. Because this build seems to suck. Now we do have a Nidus coming online in the main. BabyMarine has not seen it yet, guys. So BabyMarine a little bit distracted by whatever else was happening. And Nikich has one more shot to make some magic happen with the Queens, Roaches, and the Nidus network of 2 bases. The tank is gonna come out in the near future, and this tank is mega important. We have 0 Ravages in the mix. I feel, oh, BabyMarine, save your tank. Oh, he cannot save it. Okay, well, guys, if this was ever going to work, this is how it's going to work. I don't think it should have worked anymore after the start was so disastrous for Nikich. BabyMarine still has a decent amount of units, and the firepower of this Terran army is so damn high as he's gonna make his way through the Queens, and the Nidus dies. 15 SCVs is no problem at all. If you're a 3-base Terran against a 2-base Zerg, you can lose 25 SCVs and you'll probably still be okay. This is not the build, guys. I don't know what Nikich was hoping to go up against. Maybe like Hellions, Cloak Banshees, something along those lines. But the fact that Stim was online this quickly has just turned this into a bit of a nightmare scenario for the Belarusian Zerg in his first game ever in the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts main event. And I want to say, I think this is an unlosable game for BabyMarine. BabyMarine is French. He's absolutely not French. He's Italian. He is the one and only Italian pony. At this point, I think the Nidus networks are almost fakes, hoping that BabyMarine will stay at home for a little while. But, you know, eventually BabyMarine is going to be like, alright, I've got Stim, Combat Shield, we've got 1-1 coming online in the near future. I think this is a perfect game for the 18-year-old Italian, who might be a bit nervous sometimes in big series. He can definitely let nerves get the best of him. I feel like there is no better way to start your best of 5 than this. You get cheesed and you defend pretty damn convincingly. And now you can play like a macro game where your army is just a lot stronger than your opponent's army. Who is the Italian stallion? That would be Rainer, mate. Rainer is the older of the 2 Romitis. We have 2 great Romitis in Starcraft 2. One of them is on Basilisk and is currently in Korea. The other one is his younger brother who plays Terran. BabyMarine these days is a Terran player above 6,000 MMR, and anyone that is above 6,000 MMR on Europe is obviously a damn good Starcraft 2 player. So we're gonna drop into the main. We're pushing with Marines, Marauders, and tanks in the front. I don't see a world where Nikich is gonna make something of this game. But let's see if our Belarusian Zerg can surprise us. Dealing with multi-pronged Terran aggression if you only have Roaches is a nightmare, especially if your Roaches don't have upgrades. He did land a sick Pongo, by the way, and he's got a couple of Ravagers flanking, so this fight is maybe as good as any fight was ever going to get. Losing 11 drones in the main is less good. Losing 14 drones is very painful, and losing 15 is a disaster. Maybe we should have dropped the Marine to kill 15, but... Vortex plus Lucifron, BabyMarine and Reyna would be fun to watch. That would actually be fun to watch, especially because Vortex and Lucifron are absolute freaks of nature. And even if they don't play Starcraft 2 for a year, they come back and they're still freaking good. I think the last time the Spanish guys like Majestic, and I forgot the name of the Zerg, whatever his name is, Lucifron, Vortex, they had a week where they all decided to play 1 week of Starcraft 2. And in that 1 week of Starcraft 2, Vortex got back up to like 6,300 MMR. Like, what the hell, mate? There are people who try their entire life to get 6,300 MMR, and they don't do it. Bloodlust, stop it, mate. My admin is actually showing you a lot of patience. I am really on the point of burner banning you. If you're trolling, whatever, try to be funny. You're not funny, you get warned. Stop. We're showing a lot of time with you, but it's been enough. Just like I think it's been enough for Nikich, who is going to lose his Infestus here. Does land a tiny fungal. He is battling, but it's an unfair fight, guys. The Terran army is better, is stronger, is bigger. The Terran economy is monstrous. I think Nikich just kind of rolled the dice. Maybe said Ghost River is a difficult map. I just want to throw out a crazy build and hope that I get lucky with the build order RNG. Did not get lucky. BabyMarine gets the job done and takes the 1-0 lead. Why is Reyna in Korea? I can only think of participating in the GSL, but I don't see the point when GSL is such low price pool. Well, he is in Korea to play in the GSL, and he does not only play for the money. Of course, if you're a professional gamer, winning prize money is important. But Reyna also cares about prestige, honor, and wants to show the world that he's the best. And he feels that the right way to do it is by going to Korea and winning GSL. With or without a big prize pool, if you win GSL as first time ever as a non-Korean, obviously that's something special. And Reyna is going to try to do something special. And I'm sure that he's going to have a great time in Korea and eat lots of nice food and hang out with cool people. And maybe party a little, but that's not why he's there. Make no mistake, Reyna is there for one reason and one reason only. And that is to win GSL Code S. Financially, not the best idea at all, because he also has to play the European regionals from Korea with a lot of ping. So if Reyna makes top 8, that would already be impressive. Anything past top 8 seems highly unlikely. So Reyna is most likely ending up losing money by this move. Even if he wins GSL Code S, he's losing money, but he's not doing it for the money. He's doing it for the honor and prestige and trying to give some life back to GSL. And hope that all of you guys will be very excited for his journey.
Round 2, fight!
Bottom right side, offside at Delta. We are looking at the 18-year-old Italian Terran player taking the 1-0 lead. Quick stim was the key to victory there. He looked at Nidus and he almost chuckled. Said, alright, I have no tank, but I don't care. I can stim forward, your Ravages are not done yet. This is BabyMarine. Special, I think, is back in Mexico. He was in Korea for a very long time. But at least Special is back in Mexico. He's still playing StarCraft, but I don't know if he's like mega try-hard 24/7 full-time. But he's obviously still good. And I think there's a good chance that we'll see him at the Esports World Cup as well. Top left side of site at Delta. We are looking at the main base of the man that I'm a bit of a fan of. You guys know I've been giving him a lot of hype and attention on this channel because we don't see a lot of Zergs really rising through the ranks and getting better. He is one of them. In my eyes, the 7th best Zerg in Europe. Platinum, Heroes, and Nikich. And if you guys wonder who are the other 6 then, Roddy? Cyril, Rayner, Lambo, Elaser, Vanya, Young Yakov, and then it's Nikich. Yeah, RCDEF, I agree with you in that regard. And on top of that, Rayner has obviously been a very, very successful individual already throughout his life. But that doesn't mean that you can't just not worry about these things. But I also think it's awesome. Like sometimes in life, if you're just very passionate about something, and Raynor is, he's passionate about going back to Korea, doing better than he did last time when he tried his luck in GSL Codes. Yeah, why not? Try to become a legend. Make yourself proud. Make yourself happy. Isn't that what life is all about anyway? And the rest is a bonus. BabyMarine opening up with the 2-Rex Reaper here is going to rally a couple of Reapers to the other side of the map. Don't think we're going to find a whole lot here. Is building a bunker, by the way, in range of this hatchery. That is not something that our Belarusian Zerg is aware of. What about Hate Me? He's up there, but I don't think he's better. But I mean, yeah, he's up there. Like, Hate Me is good, Mixu is good, Fiont is good. Is there one other Zergy that I'm forgetting? Namshar, whenever he plays, obviously is good, but I personally put my money on young Nikich as number 7. That could be Hate Me, who knows? I mean, Hate Me looked fantastic in that previous series, but that was also a bit of a weird one. Who is the GOAT? Sero's the GOAT, of course. No, Namshar has not been in Canada for a long time, mate. Namshar is back in Sweden for the last like 18 months. He did live in Canada for like 2-3 years, you're correct. Maybe even 4 years, but he's been back in Europe for quite some time. The bunker rush was a success, guys. Turns out if you put a bunch of Reapers into a bunker, you have enough DPS to get a cancel on the hatch. So BabyMarine's going to be happy with how his build has played out so far. And it is really important for Nikich that he starts finding his footing in this best of 5. Like, losing the first game when you go for a crazy build, it's not that bad. But if then in game 2 you also have an unpleasant start, that's where you really need to start looking for those little victories, just to make sure that you feel competitive, that you're dialed in, and that you feel like, hey, this is my best of 5. My first main event ever. I want to bring it home. Chuckling at the comment of Kamachi. Somebody said, I want Dark to win something. And Kamachi says, he is winning in life. He just got a baby. And that is true. The pictures on Twitter have been adorable. I am happy that Dark is happy. Our Belarusian Zergy Nikich is enjoying a 10-12 worker lead. But obviously did get slowed down a little by being forced to cancel that hatch. That's the only real significant thing that has happened so far in this game. BabyMarine is cruising with his Reapers. Needs to be careful because the link count 11, but 11 lings and queens can obviously take a really good fight against these Reapers. Being forced to expand here indeed does give you something to worry about, and those are the rocks. If Terran players can get like a tank here and a tank here, it's incredibly difficult to engage that with Lings and Banes. Nikich knows that, so he says, alright, let's go ahead and try to take care of those as quickly as possible. That if you do end up pushing me. Now the weird thing is, obviously, with BabyMarine taking this base, that BabyMarine's third base is somewhat close to the one of Nikich. Like, it really doesn't take very long to make this little journey through the side blockers, and before you know it, you're there. It's an old school joke, Cure Me Saga, let him have it. I don't think we can ever tell anybody that sharing their way of becoming a dad and sharing their happiness is cringe. Like, you may think it's a bit cheesy or cliche or like, alright, we've seen that joke before, but I feel like that is never the moment to use the word cringe. The man just became a dad. He's happy. Let him be happy. There's nothing wrong with that. Perfectly normal. Lings and Banes are gonna look for some sweet connections with the Marines of BabyMarine, but BabyMarine is aware of that and he's gonna try to get out of harm's way. Let's push back the creep a little bit. At least I thought so. Why doesn't it show up? I thought Krypton would show up here normally. Has he really not killed a single one yet? Well said, bully. Well said. Scan goes down. BabyMarine is going to try to stim forward into this middle line. There are a bunch of exposed drones. Banelings, slow banelings, however, coming in from the left. And those are not going to be quick enough to connect. Overlord gets picked off. We're 8 minutes in. I'm very bothered by the fact that picked off creep tumors are not showing up here. I feel like normally they do. Have we? I don't think we've hosted with the wrong version. I kind of liked seeing that, keeping track of how many creep tumors got picked off in certain games, and seeing that somebody lost 40 or 50 creep tumors but still has a crazy amount of creep. I find it an interesting thing to look at. And I have no idea why it's not being revealed this time around. They may not cost money, but it's still very worthwhile having it on the units lost tab. We have 13 Hydras on the way as our man from Belarus is working on his 2-2 upgrades. BabyMarine has an armory but has never started 2-2. Now I do hope that he's going to pick up on that, because that is something that's mega important. You don't want to slow those upgrades down too much. Nikich is thinking of maybe a surround. BabyMarine's units are pretty well spread out. Queens are here to buy some time. Drilling Claws on the way. Nikich is thinking about it. Does not quite go for it yet. Now it's the Queens by themselves. You don't want to do that, mate. Send those back. It's a beautiful spread over here by our Italian pony, who is now getting in range of the drones and has already killed 6 once more. Is this then the moment? Hello, if you want to go, you have to go with everything. And that is exactly what Nikich is going to do right now. Here comes the Bane train, but look at the micro, look at the concave on the side of BabyMarine. He saw this ambush and surround coming from a mile away. Well, it wasn't really a surround, but he saw this engagement coming from a mile away, and he takes an excellent trade. Has now killed 3,500 resources more than he's lost. And he's going to pick up 4 medevacs full of Marines immediately. He's going to stim into the main. Nikich is in serious trouble. We've got 16 banelings, but where are those banes? Those Reaper grenades, I don't think they really did that much for us. Maybe, if anything, that helped the Zerg a tiny bit more than it helped the Terran. Yeah. Still though, fantastic start to the second game as well for BabyMarine. He's not quite there yet. And there is going to be that moment where our Zerg player is going to have the upgrade advantage. That is right now. The drone count is disastrous for Nikich. Like being on 70 workers against 80 SCVs is not a place you want to be. Whew, that Widowmine was so close to firing in the middle of all these banes. In the end, Widowmine does not go off. Nikich fires up the hive. It's going to take a little while before that comes into play. This tank is still alive from earlier. BabyMarine wants to save it, and Private Ryan in the tank gets saved. And that is such a nice spot for a tank to be in. So we're still going to get a couple of great tank shots out of that one too. Nikich is thinking of a tiny counterattack. What do we have here? Well, we have a couple of links, but there are multiple Widowmines in the mix. The Widowmines fire. Links get taken care of. BabyMarine is playing a 6 series as he's all over Nikich so far. This is absolutely not how I expected this main event to look. I know that Breva, as the kids call him, has the skills to make almost anyone in Europe sweat. That's not like top 8, top 10. If he's on point. He's dominating so far. Legitimately dominating.
Domination.
4 or 5 medevacs full of Marines get dropped into the main base. 15 drones die. RotterdaM is in trouble. Gets straight up killed. A couple of Hydras and Bane's going to try to save the day. But Breva wouldn't be Breva if he's not also dropping in the bottom left side. What the hell's happening over here? I mean, that Romiti speed is showing more than I've ever seen it before. I'm shocked. I am legitimately shocked. Now this is maybe a tiny bit of a mistake, as these medevacs do fly over the Hydras, but I think he can afford a mistake or two. This is complete domination. Is there anything that Nikich could still do from this position, Roddy? I hate to be a buzzkill, but I would almost say that the answer is no. Can try to rebuild the RotterdaM, can try to fire up Adreno Glands, but he's got 55 drones. What are you going to do with 55 drones? BabyMarine is maxed out, going up to 5 bases, 3 upgrades on the way. I just don't see how you take great fights here as a Zerg. At this point, I don't think the ball is really in Nikich's corner anymore. He needs to hope that BabyMarine takes his foot off the gas pedal and takes a couple of clumsy fights messes up a little bit in the micro, but so far, that young Italian, and I did say that first game I think is a great confidence booster to be like, alright, awesome start, you know, I had firepower, was ready for your cheese, I dealt with it. This is I know what BabyMarine is capable of, but I'm still very surprised by how this main event is looking so far. Nikich does do something about that 5th base, and he is counterattacking with links in the triangle, so this is a little more of what I expected, as he's now running a bunch of banelings into Marauders, into a planetary, but he won't quite get the kill on the planetary, and that hurts. We still have buy units on the top side, we still have Widow Mines scattered around the map. Overseer should reveal them, will reveal them. More drones are gonna go down though, and the upgrade deficit, guys, is going to hurt so much. BabyMarine may have lost 14 SCVs, but he has already killed 19 drones, and he's not even done yet. This was a Widow Mine drop. This was the Marine Marauder attack. These mines may very well fire again. A game like this, it should be unwinnable for a Zerg, unlosable for a Terran. Even if BabyMarine will slow down a little, maybe start showing some signs of nerfs. It can go wrong. The Terran army is going to be so much better than the Zerg army. A 7,000 units lost resource tab difference. A 4-base Zerg against a 6-base Terran. I'm trying to make it a 5-base Zerg, but expanding is hard, guys, when you're on 44 drones. 44 is a great number in Formula 1. It's a great number if you guys resub. It's not a very great number for a drone count when your overall supply is 136 and you don't have a penny in the bank. We've got a nuke on the production tab. Yes, we do have 9 lurkers, but we have 9 lurkers without adaptive talents, without seismic spines. I'm not telling you guys to pull a demo. Don't go full demo here. But if there was ever a time when 9 lurkers shouldn't be all that intimidating, I would say it's now. Sensor tower is going to be attacked. Nikich is obviously making this a little bit harder for BabyMarine. But BabyMarine has so much supply on the other side of the map, and he says like, hey, you know what's even worse than being a 4-base Zerg 15 minutes into a game? Becoming a 3-base Zerg. Especially if those were your original 3 bases. It's like there's just no income left. Bunch of Widow Mines. The Overseer is a little bit late here, or we've lost every single Overseer actually. And Overseers obviously do cost money too. I mean, the lurkers here are annoying, but at this point we may actually go full demo. We are gonna go full demo. It's not something we normally ever advise, but if you're this far ahead, does it really matter? BabyMarine gets the cleanup. He's got money for days. He's got a big old army in the top side of the map. The Widow Mine connections are bigger than... Oh my goodness. Oh my Mother Mary. Sweet Lord. I can't take it anymore. Somebody head over to Belarus and throw in the white towel. This is too much. I'm gonna have to change the rating for my streak. Parental guiding is advised. Too much violence against the bugs. PG-13, bare minimum. Or we might even have to go more extreme than that. Hello, Mape. I didn't see your games, mate. I'm sorry. I've been focused on the big brain bouts. Poor Nikich. He is... he's very, very, very dead. Honestly, I appreciate the effort of him trying on 37 drones. That's very sweet. I think he is showing respect to the tournament, and he's happy with the invite, and he doesn't want to give us the idea that he's not doing his best. But this is not just climbing a very tall hill or mountain. This is trying to climb the Mount Everest while having to carry an elephant on your back. And no oxygen tanks. Going to space without a spaceship. Anything that seems impossible, that is this game for Nikich. He's gonna try one more time and he will get a couple of the lips. He does get a few lurkers in range. The final banelings here may get a kind of cute connection. We don't have adrenal glands, and I don't even think it's really a mistake. We just never had money for it. Couple of goals are going to get hit by these lurkers, but BabyMarine is rich. He can do this for days. And he's going to take the 2-0 lead off the back of just a fantastic start. The bunker rush was a success. Forced Nikich to expand elsewhere. At that point I thought, okay, nice start for BabyMarine, but that's not going to determine the outcome of this game. But then that first big fight near the triangle of Nikich. Marine Micro was great. The pre-split, kind of like Bomber in his prime, where it's not that the Micro was sick on the fly, it's just that the units were already kind of there. The positioning was so good that all you have to do is stim and run them back a little bit. That is how Bomber won multiple tournaments, and that is how I would say BabyMarine won this second game. Fantastic angle to attack from, and tough series so far for our Belarusian friend. Losing that first game with the Queen Roach Unitas is like, okay, whatever. But then losing that second game the way he did, that's gonna sting a little. Yeah, that's I believe that we give out the cliche there, Optimus Carrot. Don't let them get there or counterattack or anything, you know. BabyMarine is saying the break curse is coming. He told me, be right back 2 minutes. I have nightmares about this. After BabyMarine took a 2-0 lead over Spots, Spots also took a tiny break and said, alright, be right back 2-3 minutes, need a sec. Spots took those minutes, came back and won 3 games in a row to still qualify for the ESL Spring Regionals. The stream should be perfect, mate. I have dropped 0 frames in 4 hours and 12 minutes. Yeah, it's probably just on your end. There's also a chance that sometimes, like a regional Twitch service is just not functioning properly, but I believe that the stream has been perfect so far. As we are waiting for Game 3 of the main event, we get 20 subs from Basilisk as well, because today has already been awesome, but they said, why not make it better, Roddy? And I love it. Cooking, guys. Absolutely cooking. What a night. I'm a little hungry, I gotta say. 10 p.m. We had breakfast this morning and that's about it. Well, I would also be okay with this main event still going on for a little while longer. Because I do really like Nikich. I think he's a very nice guy and he's given us some fantastic games. And he is, at the very least, at the level of BabyMarine, if not even the favorite for this series. So this series is not doing him any justice up to this point. But hey, we've got Game 3. It is going to be on post-youth though. It feels like that's such a good map for Terran. I guess that's something we're going to say very often. Zero has truly made life hell for everyone that plays Zerg and is not Zero. And maybe at this point he has even made life hell for himself. Because this is not a very pleasant map. And the Zergs clearly are struggling against Protoss. Now that's not something that you're really going to notice that much in your Master League games or in the Diamond League games. But if you're at the very top of your region, you are going to feel that. You love Big Gabe so much? Who doesn't, mate? Who doesn't? Alright. Game 3, main event of the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. $150 for the winner, $50 for the loser. And we've got a 2-0 lead for this man.
Round 3.
Fight!
Top right side of post-youth, we are looking at the main base of the Italian pony. Looking like he is a stallion himself as he is dominating so far. But he's worried about the breakers. He was absolutely crushing it last Sunday night when we had the ESL Spring closed regional qualifiers. He took a 2-0 lead over Spots. Spots said, can I have a break? Spots had a break, came back, won 3-2. What did our German Protoss Spots do in that break? No one knows, but it was amazing. So he's shaking a little. But I think he's playing great so far. Nothing to worry about. This is BabyMarine. Also known as a Brabba. The kids call him Brabba. Or the Italian pony. In the bottom left side, our Belarusian Zerg, who was mega stoked to be playing in his first ever BASILISK Big Brain Bouts main event. He did not make it into the spring regionals after losing to the Germans. Battleby and Forajumi got the best of him, but he's still an excellent Zerg. Can he turn things around here? Platinum Heroes, Nikich. Damn, what is it now, Roddy? 14 years? If you're talking about the age of Starcraft 2, yes. Starcraft 2 came out officially, I think somewhere in June or July in 2010. So we are very close to entering the 14th year of this game being released. You played in the beta, right? Yes, I did play in the beta. I even played before the beta was released. They had a couple practice computers in Madrid, Spain. When I was there to watch a European Championship of Warcraft 3, I think Lucifron won that one, if I recall that correctly. I think Lucifron beat Grubby in the finals. Happy was there too. I think Happy took 3rd place. Todd was there. Creophilus was there. They had a bunch of computers lined up, and that is the first time ever that we were able to play StarCraft 2. I still remember looking at it. I was like, man, that game looks kind of weird and fast. And there's so many units. Is it okay to go Nexus first on this map in PvZ? I personally think it's okay to go Nexus first on every map, as long as you scout. Is it okay to go Nexus first on this map and not scout? That I don't know. I really don't recommend that, ever, but maybe that would be okay. Grubby still hasn't gotten over it, losing to Lucifron. That happened a couple times, but Grubby won many times as well, to be fair. Yes, probably someone in your chat younger than SC2. 13-year-olds watching Roddy at 10 PM on a Friday night. I'm sure there are people playing StarCraft 2 that are younger than the game. I don't know if they're here right now. Hello, Claris. James, I was actually really going to share the fact that the picture that you retweeted, your most glorious picture ever that you will never ever ever top, with those beautiful golden locks and your World of Warcraft hoodie. I showed it to Victoria. I was like, you know James, right? Claris, you met him at Katowice? He's like, yeah, of course. I was like, but do you know this version of James? I know that obviously she had never seen that picture before. So she was laughing out loud. She thought it was amazing. And she actually played a lot of WoW herself, so. And Victoria doesn't laugh out loud very often, but after seeing that picture, mate, that got her. Our man Nikich has fired up Zergling speed and he's gonna go up to 3 bases pretty damn quick. This could lead into some sort of Mutaling Bane. I don't know if that is something that he's fond of, as BabyMarine has already floated over his command center. That's also mega quick, by the way. 4 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, he's got 8 Marines. Alright. He probably just says, I don't believe in Hellions anymore. Why make Hellions if I can just push creep back with a couple of scans and a few Marines with stim? He has left us, Mariner. He's taking a break. He's only into the Warhammer figurines at the moment. Did you see the clip of Fear Dragon and Loco, Claris? Did you see it? I want to hear your thoughts. You must have seen it. You was there, live. Can you believe it? For the people who have no idea what I'm talking about, just like our man Claris, Loco is very into painting Warhammer figurines at the moment. And after spending hours upon hours painting his first ever figurine, Fear Dragon was in the chat and said, hey, if I donate $1,000, will you throw paint over your figurine and ruin it forever? Your firstborn creation. Loco thought about it and said, sure. So Ravi sent him $1,000, and then Loco just dropped paint all over the figurine that he spent, I don't know, 5 hours on painting. I saw the clip and I couldn't believe it. All of it I could not believe. Yeah, he did it. And Ravi said he has to live with the fact forever that he has betrayed his firstborn creation. You only saw the picture? No, that's the story behind it. I think it's a great deal. But some people feel that Loco forever has betrayed his morals. You know, I would absolutely take... I don't know how many hours he spent painting on it. Crazy. Alright, focusing a little on our game 3, guys, because it's been a very tough main event so far for our Belarusian Zerg Nikich, who I thought was the favorite coming into this. He is indeed playing Muda Lingbane on a map that I do think is Terran favorite. But I feel that way about almost every single map. BabyMarine has got 34 Marines already. There's no alien stuff. Really seems to be working out for him. He's happy with it. Like, alright, in the beginning of the game you're gonna get a bit more creep, whatever. I can slow it down. I don't really care. Because eventually I'll have orbitals, I'll have scans. I'm gonna clean the creep up anyway. And now I'm gonna have way more Marines than I normally do. Is there a link to the clip somewhere? 100%. I think if you go to Loco, his Instagram, I think you can find it there. Because that's, I believe, where I saw it. So I think it's just Loco TV on Instagram and you'll find it there. You're shameless, Calaris. I don't even want to read that out loud. That is absolutely shameless. Like, what's next? We're all just gonna sell our soul to the devil? Robbie, I'll throw paint over Vicky for 2,000 buckies. I'm sorry, babe. It's for a good cause. You can't be doing that. Shame on you, Calaris. Shame on you. Do you think SC2 would be more popular or less popular if it came out today? Less popular. Because the game is incredibly difficult. And the game is also very, very confrontational. 17 workers is decent, but we're looking at a 4 base Terran that can build 4 SCVs at a time. So a couple Mudas flying around, killing a few SCVs. It's not the end of the world. It's a successful drive-by. I won't throw paint over you, though. See, guys? He's coming down immediately. I see, missed the context. Thank the Lord. No. We have a couple of missile turrets here and a widow mine. It's gonna be hard for Mudas to... Is that a mine? Oh, that's an SCV. Alright. I'm gonna get a few more, guys. Thor and a widow mine is a very, very, very dangerous combination. BabyMarine is moving through the right bottom, or right center of this map rather. Bailing count is 29 at the moment. Hive tech on the way. Nikich, can we get a sexy surround mate? Can we find a way to get these banelings with speed to connect with all the... That's so many Marines. The Mudas are going to get on top of the planetary in the center. That's a great drive-by actually by Nikich, or flyby I should call them. Marines are going to turn around there and try to save a few of these SCVs. The SCV losses are really starting to add up. No repair on that missile turret means that Nikich is going to find a few more. The break at least has done wonders for him in the regard that we've got a game. Oh, careful! Okay, he's fine. Probably just looking for a tank. Maybe looking for these two medevacs. That would be big as well. If the Lings and Banes are going to try to crash in, the tanks are very well protected though. One of the main reasons why this map is good for Terran is obviously super safe setup in the beginning. Nothing to worry about. It's just a lot of choke points. The map is not really consisting of any wide open areas. And also there's a lot of great little nudges for tanks where it becomes very difficult. But hey, this could be an absolutely fantastic counterattack. As BabyMarine is taking his time in the bottom side of the map, there is a Thor and a couple Widow Mines in the mix. More Widow Mines coming down that ramp. Nice split up there with the Muda. I hear more Widow Mines burrow. One of them actually fired and got a very big shot off. That would be this one. 16 kills, but 13 SCVs go down. Meanwhile, the entire hatchery gets blown up. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. BabyMarine had a lot of depots trying to keep these Zerglings at bay, and that obviously means that he's going to be supply blocked for quite some time. He's now pushing his lock on creep on the other side. Baneling connections are decent. 107 links, 26 banelings. Are we gonna get at least a game 4 here in the Basilisk Big Brain Bouts main event? They don't mind firing at links. It's not very impactful. Ultra's on the way. We don't have Ghost. We don't have Liberators with advanced ballistics. It is 61 Marines. And Marines are very good against links, especially if the links don't have Baning support or Adrenal upgrades. Adrenal glands, rather. Marines are not going to be very good against Ultras with Kindness Plating and +2 Carapace. Mudas is still active on the other side of the map, just picking off more and more SCVs. 74 workers have gone down in a 12-minute game. I think that's more SCVs than Nikich killed in Game 1 and Game 2 combined. I'm very certain. No missile turrets anymore at all. Like, he has just completely broken the anti-air defense that BabyMarine had. And Nikich knows that time is on his side. Sure, he's taking a bit of an economic beating as well, but only 10 SCVs remain. Ultras are going for it. It's right before Kindness. I kind of wish that he would have just waited. This is not the prettiest fight by Nikich, but the numbers are overwhelming. And BabyMarine, after seeing those Ultras, said, alright, that's enough. GG gets called. And the Belarusian Zerg strikes back. At least gets 1 point on the board. And now I hope that BabyMarine is not going to believe too much in those woes from the past, where he was worried about the breakers. Taking a 2-0 lead, opponent takes a break. I think that that's the kind of stuff that you shouldn't even type. You shouldn't start saying it, because that makes you believe that it could be a thing. And obviously it's silly. If you take the 2-0 lead, you take the 2-0 lead because you're playing good. You don't have to worry about your opponent taking a break. And now maybe more people will start doing it in the future, so those are not things that you want to tell yourself. That's not something you ever want to start believing in. Just believe in your ability to play at a high level. Crimson Court is going to be battleground number 4. I know a lot of you guys have been watching the ESL Spring Regionals, because those games are awesome, obviously, and the show is cool. If you guys ever want to watch something back, the best of 5, the second series that we had today between Art and the Replicant, I wouldn't say it was like the greatest games ever. Like, oh my god, you won't believe it. But it was just a really fun, mega close, competitive best of 5, where both players had an awesome showing. A Russian Protoss and a Kazakhstani Terran put up one hell of a show. Worth watching if you are ever eager for more Starcraft 2.
Round 4. Fight!
That feels like a long time ago, but it really wasn't that long ago, because the ZVZ co-main event was mega short. In the bottom left side of Crimson Court, an 18-year-old Italian Terran player in his first ever Basilisk Big Brain Bouts main event. His brother has been in the main event quite a few times. Now it's his time. This is BabyMarine. And in the top right side, the man who had a cheesy build in Game 1. Didn't really work out. Tried to switch things up in Game 2, but just had a rough start against the Reapers and could never really get anything going. Said, alright, enough of that. Quick Lair, quick Muras. Let's play my game. And it's time for me to do the pushing around. And it worked. Can he continue on that note? Platinum Heroes Nikich. A Belarusian Zerg player. Would love to see this go to Game 5. Opening series of the night was 3-1. The second one was 3-2. The previous one obviously was that 3-0. Did not expect that to be a 3-0, but in ZVZ, I feel like on a different day, maybe it could be 3-0 in favor of mixes. Mirror matchups can be very brutal in StarCraft. And when it rains, it pours. And if a few things don't go your way, all of a sudden nothing goes your way. You're like, well, that is the best of 5 that I never, ever, ever want to think of again. There are series that you lose, and you do want to think of them, because I'm sure there were a couple pointers where you'd be like, alright, I should have done this, that. Learn from your mistakes. Certain series you just want to erase from your memory. Be like, alright, I'm just going to pretend it never happened. Legitimately better for my psyche to pretend that I did not play that series. I would say that was one of them for Mixer. Crimson Court is a funny map. We are playing on the ladder version, as you guys can see, where there is the double rocks, 4000 HP. In the ESL tournament at the moment, they're playing on a different set. Maybe that's to help the Zergs a little bit, I guess. The less HP on the rocks, the better it is for Zerg, and the less good it is for Terran and Protoss, but I don't think it changes all that much. Reaper goes from the natural into the main and immediately hops back off. So BabyMarine knows that the setup on this side of the map is pretty standard. There's a very good chance that Nikich is going to play the exact same style. Because I feel he did not win that because of his build order or anything. Sure, he played a bit greedy. But hey, if BabyMarine is making 0 Hellions, yeah, you don't need to make safety Zerglings. I wouldn't even really say that's greed. I think he had a pretty good read on the situation. He knew what was up. He just said, alright, if you're not building any Hellions, I'm just going to go straight into Midas and we'll take the game from there. For the first time in a TVZ best of 5 in game 4, we get to talk about Hellions. Never thought I'd miss him, but I think it's probably surprised that there are Hellions. He wants to get one, and he does get one with just a couple Zerglings. Now tries to run into the main, actually runs deep into the main. So he gets the perfect scout off. We obviously can see that nothing really worthwhile to scout here, but it's nice to know that everything is standard. It's obviously nice to not have to sacrifice an Overlord to confirm there is a third orbital, to confirm that maybe there will be Banshees on the way. Scouting the normal is still a very useful scout. I see 0 Zerglings at the moment for Nikich. Needs to be a tiny bit cautious in that regard. A lot of builds look very similar, Alex. And to some degree they will be similar, right? There are just standard openings that we consider the meta, etc. But the way that they play out is always unique, is always different. And the way that you want to play your same build. I can build Phoenix all day in every single matchup and still play them in a very different way. BabyMarine can always open up triple CC, Hellion, Clunk, Banshee, but can obviously play in a very different way as well. Can YOLO them, can keep them around, can morph them into Hellbats for the next push. Can use the Banshees mostly defensively for some map control, or try to get as much damage done as possible to make your follow-up push a bit stronger while your opponent is recovering. The real strategy of Starcraft 2 is very often not the units you build and the order you build them, even though that can be strategy, of course. But it's what you do with them and how you move them around the chessboard, in this case Crimson Court. That is at least why I never get bored of this game. To me it's kind of like football. It's like, alright, every single game is the same. 11 guys from both teams walk onto a pitch, there is a ball, and we play. But I still think football is fun. It's competitive, you're curious to see who gets the best of who. Starcraft is no different. You need to cancel this, by the way. That is a cancel. It's very, very last second. Double cancel. Now the drone is actually going to morph into an Evo Chamber. Evo Chambers are cheaper, but still ends up dying. So this is actually a bit of a painful start for Nikich. Getting that Forge Hatchery up and running is big. And this is one of these things, by the way, that you can do with your Banshees, right? In most games we see the Banshees sneak into the main or the natural, the third, and they look for some drone damage. There are also games where you say, I just want to slow down your 4th base. And he has successfully done that. That's a lot of Overlords. 97 out of 122 available supply. And the man made 5 more Overlords. I know we were floating a little because we were forced to cancel that hatchery a couple times, but that still seems like a little too much available supply. The BabyMarine's build order in that regard looks a little tighter. As he throws down the scan, he's gonna find a bunch of Cryptomers. I'm still mauling over the fact that my Cryptomer thing is gone. I don't know when they did that. I don't know whoever thought that was a good idea, but bring it back. It was a fun thing to look at. I feel rubbed. Call the intern. Oh, I will. I'm gonna send an email, mate. I'm complaining. My name is Karen, and I am mega upset that Cryptomers no longer show up. You see, I don't know how to bring up the battle report. I never really do the battle report because I don't find it... I find it a bit overwhelming and confusing. Oh wait, no, but I think that's the same, mate. I think buildings and units show up on the same. Great shutdown, by the way, on this double drop on the right side. Now the Hellions are sending it though, and drones are just move commanding. That's a proper Italian barbecue. I know we mostly talk about their pizza and their pasta, but hey, this is pretty good. So the double drop, complete mission failure. The Hellion drive-by, slam dunk success. You win some, you lose some. Funny SCV pull there. Almost looked like BabyMarine was playing this game on US West. Mutas show up, Mutas left. 2 seconds later, SCVs are like, oh, missile turret. Come over here. That's not really needed anymore, man. Spore crawler not quite done yet, and Mutas are all the way on the left side of the map, and that means that these Banshees can have a good old time. More drones are dying, and Nikich honestly does not seem to believe in defending today. Nikich just says the best defense is offense, but he does not get that missile turret, as this time around BabyMarine's response time is a lot quicker. Breba is absolutely flying in this best of 5. But this is a ridiculous amount of economic damage, and on top of that he got back-to-back cancels on that 4th base. Killed 31 drones in a 9-minute game. Nikich is in serious trouble. The Muta count is really high. The problem is that Mutalisk are not fantastic in taking a straight up fight. And BabyMarine wasn't born last night. He may be 18, but that definitely wasn't yesterday. And he will just say, alright, if I've done that much economic damage, if I have slowed down your bases, and you make this many Mutalisks, how scared do I really need to be of your Ling Bane army? And the answer to that question is probably not very scared, so he's gonna push out. Now Nikich is gonna try to push while harassing with the Mutas. Gets the missile turret this time around, by the way, so that's nice. BabyMarine still attacking on the other side of the map. This is where Nikich needs to be mega careful, because there are Marines with Stim, there are Thors. 17 SCVs is sweet. Maybe he can get an eBay, but that doesn't seem that likely. BabyMarine is very, very heavy on the Marines in the center of the map. He's got 69 Marines. Nice, I know, guys. But he needs to be careful with them, because if Banelings connect with them on creep, that could be painful. There's a Widowmine in the mix. Widowmine is good, but also deals a lot of friendly fire. These Widowmines are better, though. Oh. And there's a lot of Mutas falling. 11 have gone down in total. Sick job, man. Around every single corner, we were hiding some Widowmines. BabyMarine anticipating the Mutas bouncing between those 4 bases that he's got here on Crimson Court. The Marine count is so stupid high. 75! I am gonna go full pig on you guys and would almost say that like an Infestor or 2 here would actually be fantastic. The guy with the gun is here. BabyMarine is ready to win his first ever BASILISK Big Brain Bouts main event. He is a little bro from Romania. Not actually his bro, but his Starcraft 2 bro, Cuckoo, won his first main event a couple weeks ago against Bly. And BabyMarine said, alright, if Cuckoo can win main events, maybe it's my time as well. I personally think that Nikich is an even tougher opponent at the moment than Bly. Well, BabyMarine has looked very, very good in this series. Widowmines are connecting. The Mutas are going to try their luck one last time, but another Widowmine was waiting for it. BabyMarine is just reading the playstyle incredibly well. Nikich is sending it, but there are Widowmines in the mix. Can we drag these Widowmine shots over the Terran units? The answer is no. I don't know what happened over there. Maybe a miss rally. Hello, Josh. I saw your message earlier, mate. I am glad that you had a great time with us. I'm glad that you had a great final evening. Safe journey tomorrow. I'll send you a message. We won't forget about you. I hope you have a good journey home back to Utah. Don't you dare to bring up you know what. It's living rent-free in my head. I never want to think about it again. You guys may have just heard Vicky laugh from the kitchen, but Muta Bane might not be it on this map, but I think a lot of styles are very difficult to execute here. It's also more that I think A, BabyMarine has read him very well, and B, just did a tremendous amount of economic damage. BabyMarine still needs to be careful though, because those piggy infestors that we mentioned dragging the Overseer above the Terran army. Sick fight here by Nikich. Was actually going to take the supply lead, guys, for the first time. There is life in this Zergy. He may be in trouble, but he's still battling. Yep. 12 more mutas. We're going back up to 25. He has already lost 19 of them. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. I don't think we have any ghosts yet. Command Center here is a little bit exposed, but command centers are rather tanky. So I don't think that Nikich is quite going to be able to kill this, even though BabyMarine... Hey, he does have ghosts, by the way. He's got 2 of them. Might need to bring over some SCVs, but just the sight of a single ghost showing up in range is apparently terrifying enough. You say you don't like it for Brabba? I think Brabba is still cooking, but he's gonna have to play well. It's not a free win. It's not side delta, but I still absolutely believe that BabyMarine is winning this game. I think to say otherwise is crazy. Nikich is on 61 drones, matey. Widow Mine waiting, and not a monstrous shot. Do we have a Big Daddy Thor here? No. Ooh, the eBay with plus... Are those bird banelings? No, those are just banelings. Plus 3 armor denied, guys. Overseer dies, by the way, to splash damage, so that's nice. The 3 banelings flanking is not good enough. BabyMarine is once more stepping on creep. Lands a couple of EMPs though. Single Fungo doesn't do that much, and that's a lot of Zerglings going down. Nikich wants to save up money. He wants to get those ultras out, but BabyMarine is having none of it. This time around, the banelings are going to commit to the fight as well. That's a lot of Marines on creep, and I think no matter how... Oh my goodness, the Widow Mine. The Widow Mine from downtown saves the life of a lot of these bio units. Still so many Marines remaining. We've got a couple of extra banelings coming in from the right. Is that good enough then? Yes, that is good enough for now. But I feel like it's just a matter of time before the reinforcements have arrived. Nikich sort of cleans this up, but at the cost of 10 drones, at the cost of another hatchery, at the cost of multiple waves of Lings and Banes, and another Mira falls to that Widow Mine. BabyMarine has got his opponent on wobbly legs. Now, will we be able to deliver that KO blow, or do we let him recover? Sometimes there are some magical comebacks. Maybe tomorrow night we'll have some magical comebacks in the UFC 300. Might do a viewing party, by the way, guys, on my second channel. Well, you guys can hang out with me on Discord as well. ! Discord in the chat. We have a couple of mutas getting on top of a missile turret in the bottom side of the map, but that missile turret will live forever. Nikich, yes, made it up to Hive, made it up to Ultras. Well, by the time that the first Ultra came out, it's gonna try to crawl back into that cocoon. So yeah, this is not my fight. Can you guys bring me back on like a different map, different series? Because looking at the state of this game, I'm not really feeling it. I am not going to be that Ultra out of the Harder to Swarm cinematic. Lol. What is happening here, guys? What is this? The Starcraft 2 marathon? If you play some funny background music there, that would have looked amazing. Human mutas are harassing. The Starcraft 2 Olympics are real. Marines and Marauders chasing the Ultra that was in the lead for the gold medal. That was amazing. Nikich is a warrior, and we have already learned throughout this best of 5. We saw him on side delta. Try to make something out of a game with even less economy and less workers than he currently does. Ultras are sick, but BabyMarine's got ghosts. And just like Cuckoo did a couple of weeks ago, this young European Terran player is also going to win his first ever BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. 150 buckies go to the Italian pony, who is on his way to becoming a proper Italian stallion himself after a 3-1 victory over Nikich. Hey, sick win by Brabba. Very well done. Interview? I don't know how far along food is. Is food done yet, babe? Not quite done yet. I'll see if BabyMarine wants to chat. Thank you to Basilisk for giving us the 10 final subbies. Overall, a mega stream for me, even if the spring regionals are running. Cure Me, Sago, Proto, Basilisk, you guys were all fantastic. I'll I'll hop on Discord, guys, and I'll see if I can have a tiny chilly chat with BabyMarine. It won't be mega long. I'm obviously a bit tired too, and I'm very hungry. I smell food, but if he is down to have a little chat, I'll have a little chat with him. That's actually a good idea, by the way, Ian Blue. I love that idea of yours, mate. We might be able to do that, but I don't know if I can do that. Let's go ahead and see. Yo. Tiny interview. The people want to see Breba. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Bengo. Appreciate it, mate. All of you. Big shout out for tuning in. I know there is so much Starcraft to watch at the moment, which is a very good problem to have. It'd be a whole lot worse if we sit here and be like, I can't remember the last time that anybody organized anything. Oh, yeah, it can be overwhelming almost for the most diehard fans, but I'm happy that you guys were here. I think we had a good night. Replicant, I think a bit of a hero of the day as well. I thought he was awesome. Sometimes, guys, I really I chuckle a little. I open Discord and I get tagged in a server. I'm like, oh, I wonder what's up. He's like, hey, he made it to semis on GSL at RotterdaM. Could it be possible to reach out to Stats and get him on Basilisk? Like I'm that powerful where I'm just like, you know what? Sick idea, mate. Let me go ahead and ping him and get him on Basilisk. I don't think that's quite how it works, but I love that he thinks that's maybe how it works. I also expected Ashbringer, to be fair. All right, BabyMarine has responded and he says hi. Yeah, sure. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's give him a call. We don't need to wait any longer. A little interview, guys, with the younger brother of Rainer, who is now a big boy himself after winning his first ever BASILISK Big Brain Bouts main event. Are you here, Breba?
Hey, hello.
Hello, I want to see you, mate. None of this, don't pull a brother on you. I know your brother's always making excuses. Camera not plugged in, camera not working, parents walking around. No excuses over here, mate. If you win a Big Brain Bouts main event, we want to see you.
Okay, sure. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, it's gonna work. There he is. There he is. Just like Cuckoo. Look at you two, growing up so quick. How are we doing on
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, thank you.
Yeah, happy with the W tonight?
Yeah, I think I played very well today, actually.
Felt
I'm
different. Very few Hellions in the early game. Is this something you do against him in particular, or is something you like overall on TVZ?
No, I just think that with the new maps, I just wanted to try something different. Because I think I couldn't do much damage with the Hellions on some maps. Like post-youth, I wanted to try to be greedy as much as possible, but I don't know. I'm just trying out stuff. I tried before as well, but I think it's good. Yeah, it's not bad.
Coming into the series, did you think that you were going to beat him? Because I actually thought that I wasn't really doing you any favors here. I was like, I know that you're good, but I think Nikich is damn good. So I thought it was going to be very hard for you.
Yeah, I also thought it was going to be harder than actually what I think I played much better today, but yeah, I think I thought it was going to be very hard, but I managed to get a W this time, so I'm very happy.
Perhaps you're just a lot better than you think you are.
Yeah, maybe. I need to fix my mentality. I think I'm very weak-minded, you know.
Hey, don't say that, mate. You're gonna talk yourself into the gutter.
Yeah, I know.
I think you're awesome, mate, and you've shown us time and time again that you are an excellent StarCraft 2 player, and I think it's just a matter of time before it truly is your time. I know it's been tough for you lately. Obviously, the WTL run didn't work out, and ESL Spring Regionals, you were so freaking close, and it didn't go your way, but hey, spirits up. You still got it, as you've proved tonight, and I'm sure that great things are ahead of you.
Yeah, I hope so as well, you know. Yeah, the WTL was also very sad, but I didn't have a plan at first, but Coco was like, "Hey, let's play the WTL together." So I was excited, but I also didn't expect much, and it was very close in the end. Like we could have qualified if I beat Mio Maika, but Very close. Very sad.
It's
But
okay, mate.
it is what
WTO
it
Code
is.
S is a long season, and there is a very good chance that throughout the season, or even before the season has truly started, that one of the teams will reach out to you. Because who
Yeah.
couldn't use a great, handsome Italian Terran player on their team? You know, I feel like anybody who is not looking for that is missing out.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right. And then the most important question before I let you enjoy the W and you can get to spend some time with the family and the dogs. Do you miss that big brother of yours a little or not at all?
No, no, I miss my brother, of course. Like he's I'm very used to him being like not at home, but yeah, I always miss him. He's part of this family, and when he's with us, like we are very, how do you say, like very happy that he, because he's not with us many times, like. So when he's with us, my mother is always very happy that he's here. So she always wants him to be at home, and he likes to go out like a lot of the times. So I mean, it's part of his job, of course, but yeah. So
Uh,
I miss him, of course. Yeah.
I think that's very sweet, mate. For me, it's the opposite, man. Whenever he was here, the moment he was gone, party. Like I was like, yes, finally, I got rid of him. But it's good to see that at
Nah,
least you guys really miss him.
he's a dickhead, but at the same time, he, I miss him,
Yeah,
of course.
he's a dickhead, but he's our dickhead, and we'll always miss him.
Yeah, yeah. He's our dickhead, yeah.
All right, mate. Any final words before I let you go and you can enjoy your W for the rest of the night?
No, just appreciate you for inviting me, and appreciate Basilisk for organizing this event, of course. Thank you very much, and hope to play again sometimes in this event again. So,
No.
yeah.
The upcoming weeks, it will only be for the guys that did not make it into the regional. So, maybe next week I'll reach out to a couple of different guys, try to make them play in the main event as well. But, maybe 2-3 weeks from now, we'll see if we can get one more nice scrap for you going. That should be possible.
Okay. Sure. Let's go.
All right. Take care, BabyMarine. Enjoy the victory and greetings to the family. And give the dog some hugs from me. I love that dog. Cute
Of
face.
course, of course.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Take care, mate. All right, a little interview, guys, at the very end of the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. I would be okay with doing more interviews in the future, but it also really depends how long my days were and, what Vicky is doing, if food is ready or not. But this time around, it worked out time-wise. I thought it was fun. I thank all of you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Congrats to the 4 guys that won. If you guys missed anything, you can obviously always watch back the VODs. They all get posted on the beautiful Basilisk YouTube channel. If you do Basilisk in the chat, you'll see a link to the YouTube channel. This is where all the games will get posted. Today, I think the highlight was Replicant against Art. That was legitimately a very fun series. So, if you guys want to see some PVTs, I think that was awesome. Maybe that's the series we need to make, guys. Some TVT. Replicant versus BabyMarine. I think that'd be a banger. Take care. This is all I got for today. Congrats to Boundless Bound, Replicant, Hate Me, and BabyMarine for getting the dubs. Obviously, all the losers will still get some buckies as well for doing their best, showing up, and being good sports.